So there are a lot of issues going on right now at Chelsea, which we've all witnessed. Now, a lot of these things I think could stem to Graham Potter, but I still am going to give him the benefit of the doubt, which I know you watching are probably thinking I'm crazy, thinking that Graham Potter is not at fault for all these issues, which yes and no, because when you look at this, Graham Potter came into a club that had a lot of issues going on. Now, Thomas Tuchel obviously was the starting manager of this season, had his own transfer window, brought in certain players. Things did not work out, and Graham Potter was given this team then that really Thomas Tuchel was trying to build up, and therefore Graham Potter actually hasn't had a full transfer window. Now, yes, this is a January transfer window, so sometimes it's a little more difficult to actually bring players in, which is why I am still giving him the benefit of the doubt, because right now, I don't see a lot of players leaving clubs and coming to Chelsea. I don't think it's going to happen until the summer. And there are a lot of players that Chelsea have been linked to and players that Chelsea actually need. Now, one of the biggest things that I know we talked about is that we rely on Reece James so much. And we saw it in our last match against Nottingham Forest. He's injured, he's out, and therefore we do not have a creative player right now out on the wing, which makes a massive problem for this club because when we rely on our midfield, who, yes, are good, but they're not creative, it makes it very difficult for this team to really have any chances up front, and which is why we struggle to score goals. Now, Reece James obviously is playing. We have a guy that can go up and down the right side, put in great crosses, dribble into the box, make a shot, things along those lines, but with Azpilicueta, that is not the capability that he can bring to this team. And I'm not saying Azpilicueta is the problem because he's a great defender, does a really good job of crossing the ball, but he's not the same as Reece James. And the same thing can say about the left side. Yes, we have Cucurella over there, but really Ben Chilwell is a better creative player, and he's been out injured as well. Yes, he should be coming back hopefully sooner than later, but still, when we have to rely on our wing backs as our most creative players, that's when you're going to have a lot of problems for any team. It does not matter if it's Chelsea, if it's another top team. If you're relying on your wing backs to be your creative player, there are going to be problems all over the pitch. Now, that being said, one of the biggest problems I think we are having right now at this club is our midfield. Like I said just a little bit earlier, is that we are not creative in our midfield. We do not have a player that's really capable of doing anything creative besides Ziyech, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. And that is also a massive problem. We do not have a player, and I don't think we've really been linked to any creative players that are going to come in and revitalize this midfield for us. And the problem with that is not only that we do not have a creative player, we also don't have an out-and-out CDM in this midfield, which makes it very difficult for us to do certain formations. Currently, we're still doing almost a 3-4-3, which really, it's difficult for us to really have any control in the midfield with this, which we see we get run rampant all the time. If we were to switch to a different formation, such as a 4-2-3-1 or something like that, may work out, but really we still need a defensive midfielder, which again, we cannot rely on Jorginho, Kovacic, maybe Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but really all these players are not known for their defensive work, and we need someone else to come in, like a Declan Rice, a Jude Bellingham, someone along those lines. And if we do want to switch to a formation of a 4-3-3, then we still need a CDM. Now, there is the option of doing a 4-4-2, which is a very old school style, which could possibly work out for this club right now, because what that would do at least is give us a little bit more in that midfield with a little bit more depth out on the wings, and also having two players up front, which could almost give a better perspective for Kai Havertz to play off that player. And this is where I think Ziyech would be a phenomenal player for us, because Ziyech is known for being out on the wing and playing lovely crosses and having that free-flowing space out on the wing. We saw it at the World Cup with Morocco. We've seen him do it time and time again, yet for some reason we try to play him as a winger up top, which is not his skill set. He's better when he's a little bit more deep lying in the midfield and able to, again, play long balls, play those passes, and therefore create chances. He came in to the game for Nottingham Forest, didn't play much, and we already saw how creative this player can be. Yes, I know I've harped on this player before, but really, he has the capability of being one of our more creative players. But again, his skill set, he needs another pairing with him in the midfield, which is why possibly a 4-4-2 might work out for us, which I know sounds ridiculously crazy because we haven't seen a formation like that in over a decade, and I don't know if we'll see it anytime soon, because really it's hard for a team to adapt to that. But that being said, we cannot just all rely on Graham Potter making all these decisions. We still need to give him a transfer window, a full transfer window, and not just January, but also the summer before we can really critique this manager. Yes, I know things have not been going well for our club as of lately, but still, if he's able to bring in the players that he wants to bring, implement his tactics into these players, and continue to grow this team, I think we will be okay. The problem is everyone wants a short-term injection into this team and therefore get results right away, but that is not going to be the case. It's a whole different Premier League season / league itself than what it was 5-10 years ago, where yes, you could have some bad games and still be okay. That's not the case anymore. Pretty much you have to have almost a perfect run or fairly close to even make the top 4. And on top of that, you still have to go against Manchester City, who's a juggernaut of a team that really do not drop too many points. Yes, they dropped this past weekend, but still, they're a team that are always going to be up there. Along with that, there are other teams such as Arsenal now who've really grown as their own team and done quite well. And like I said, we need to give this team more time. We need to give Graham Potter more time. And if we do that, I think we will reap the benefits further down the road. Probably not this season, but you never know. Things could still happen. We are still in the Champions League. I think Graham Potter's done quite well in that league itself. And I think people forget about that. When it comes to Premier League, not so much. But overall, we still need to give this man some more time. And I know that's hard to hear sometimes as a Chelsea fan, but I think he still deserves it. Get this transfer window done with players that he wants. Wait till the summer to bring in more players. And therefore, we can definitely implement his entire tactics into this Chelsea squad. And I think we will have a great season next season coming along with all these new signings. And hopefully we can fill all those gaps in, such as a CDM and possibly a proper striker. But we will see when that time comes. So that is all I have for you on this rant today. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you agree with some of this. If you did, make sure to comment down below what you agree with and what you did not disagree or what you disagreed with, because I want to know what you guys think as fans, what you think Chelsea could be doing better and what we need to change as well. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below if you have not. I greatly appreciate that. Helps get this video to more and more fans such as yourself. And that is it, and I will see you next time.